Hey, what's going on guys? Andrew here from Cinema. Welcome to the first episode of Healthy College Eating 101. I am here to show you specifically how you can make easy changes to everyday favorite foods that people love to eat, because let's face it, you're probably not eating that great. Now, this video is targeting college students who sometimes struggle to eat healthy, but this video will apply to anyone. I would like to start off this first episode with my personal favorite of all time, the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I will show you the differences between a typical PB&J versus a much healthier version of the sandwich, all while maintaining that delicious taste. So let me put on my magical invisible apron that you can't see, and let's get started. Let's start out with the unhealthy version of the sandwich. The bread we are going to use is Stroman's Dutch Country Premium Potato Bread. At the end of the video, I will do a side-by-side nutritional comparison and explanation as to why one is healthier than the other and a price breakdown. But for now, I will mention a few ingredients in this bread that raises some major concerns.
To begin, there are no whole grains, like at all. If you take a look at the ingredients here very closely, you will discover new words to add to your class essays and vocabulary, like a chemical called calcium propionate. What even is that? Studies have shown in the 1990s that calcium propionate was linked to attention deficit disorder in children. This bread also contains high fructose corn syrup, artificial colors, is highly processed, and contains mono and diglycerides, which I will explain later on.
Next, we will move on to the peanut butter. We will be using the classic Jif creamy peanut butter. Keep in mind that one serving of this stuff is 2 tablespoons, or 1/8 of a cup, and that is exactly how much we are going to use.
Peanut butter should really only have 2 ingredients, peanuts and salt. This peanut butter contains fully hydrogenated vegetable oils, and although this is not the killer trans fat, they do cause an oil to contain more saturated fats than it originally had. Plus, this contains mono and diglycerides, which can transfer small amounts of trans fat into it.
And finally, for the jelly. I know people have a variety of different tastes and preferences, but I'm going to stick with my favorite flavor, which is grape. We will be using Welch's Concord Grape Jelly. Also keep in mind that one serving of this stuff is 1 tablespoon, and to be completely realistic, who only uses 1 tablespoon of jelly? No, ever.
This jelly contains corn syrup and high fructose corn syrup. The consumption of these sugar substitutes should be extremely limited. Actually, screw that, avoid them at all costs. I eat neither.
Now, assuming you use the correct serving sizes for each food item, this is what we have in terms of nutrition. There are 3 things here that are extremely off about this version of the sandwich.
First off, the fiber content is extremely low. For women, the goal is to get 30 to 35 grams of fiber daily, and for men, 35 to 40 grams. This sandwich is just a big hump of empty carbohydrates. Second, the sugar in this thing. 36 grams of sugar is outrageous. This includes both sugar and added sugars combined. Food labels will only ever display the added sugars, except for fruits and veggies, because they don't have added sugars. This sandwich has over half your daily sugar in a matter of bites. It's not something you want to do to yourself. Have you ever wondered why there's no percentage sign on a food label next to sugar? If you want to improve your life, give up added sugars for 2 weeks and see how it will improve. And finally, as I discussed earlier, the ingredients that make up the food itself. It is best to avoid the crap that I had mentioned earlier.
Now that the unhealthy version of the sandwich is out of the way, let's move on to the healthy version. The bread we are going to use is Food for Life low sodium 100% sprouted bread, aka Ezekiel bread.
Looking at the ingredients list, we will see words that can actually be identified. Some of you might not know what sprouted means. It's simple. When a grain sprouts, it's a growing organism, therefore making it more nutritious than a dried grain.
Moving on to the peanut butter. I'm going with Nature's Promise Organic Smooth Creamy Peanut Butter, but really, any organic peanut butter will work. Remember, 1 serving is 2 tablespoons.
Looking at the ingredients list, we can see only 2 items, peanuts and salt. Woohoo! What more can you ask for? On a side note, if you are not a fan of peanut butter, try organic almond butter or cashew butter.
Now moving on to the jelly. We will be using Welch's Reduced Sugar Concord Grape. Remember, 1 serving is 1 tablespoon.
This has less than half the sugar that the regular Concord grape jelly has and does not contain corn syrup or high fructose corn syrup.
Now what we have here is a lot healthier.
This sandwich has only 9 grams of sugar and has over triple the fiber and packs a solid 16 grams of healthy protein. And also, there are no harmful ingredients here, 0.
Now, you could stop here and eat the thing already, or you could do a few more steps. People, you need to spice up your life a little bit, and you can do that by adding cinnamon to your PB&J. I put cinnamon on everything. I put it in my cereal, my eggs, my chicken, you name it, it's in it. With cinnamon, you get the healthy qualities of it, like boosted metabolism and stabilizing blood sugar.
And finally, what I always do is grill the whole thing. What you are left with is a delicious, healthy peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I know some people have to go the cheat route, but let me ask you this question. Yes, it is cheaper to eat unhealthy, but why would you put a price tag on your health? For 50 cents more per sandwich, you get a whole lot more nutrition, and honestly, it tastes better.
Thank you all so much for watching this video. I truly hope that you learned something new, especially you college students, and will actually give this a try. Leave a comment down below on foods that you'd like to learn about and see next, and see how you can make those foods healthier. Until then, we'll see you on the next episode of Healthy College Eating 101.